My name's OJ with Boss Detailing Pros, servicing the greater Sacramento area. And today I'm gonna teach you guys how to detail an exotic car like this McLaren.
What's one thing you wish you knew before detailing your first luxury car?
One thing I wish I knew was these things have a lot of curves like this. And so it's definitely hard to get down that low where all the bugs may be at or where water is dripping. The exterior of these exotic cars have a lot of cracks and crevices that I got to get into.
What makes an exotic car different from a regular car?
So the main difference is most of these have PPF or ceramic coatings. So you got to be mindful of what soap you guys use. And with that being said, you got to be mindful of having fresh, clean wash mitts and drying towels. If you already did 3-4 cars in the day and take it to a car like this with, if it has ceramic coating, you're going to ruin the paint. Like I mentioned earlier, it has a lot of cracks and crevices. So you want to make sure you really get in there, make sure there's no water dripping. For the interior of these luxury cars, a lot of them have soft, I would say, pieces, fragile pieces. So you don't want to be too rough or too aggressive when cleaning the inside, because a lot of these pieces are pretty fragile. They're lightweight because the cars are meant to go fast. So you want to be mindful that you're not being too rough on the interior.
How do you get luxury car clients?
So one of the ways I like to get them is obviously word of mouth. If my buddy has one of these, he's probably gonna have buddies who have similar cars, and it's word of mouth. He's gonna tell his people who detailed his car, and a lot of them, they like to stick together. They like to keep the same detailer across the board. So once you get into that market, once you get that word of mouth going, then they'll tell their friends, and then all friends will get their cars detailed, whether they're all at the same house or all in the same office, things like that. So word of mouth goes a long way. A lot of the luxury car owners, they all are entrepreneurs, or most of them are entrepreneurs, or they are very high up in their field of work, with that being lawyers on the high end paying. This one actually owns rental properties. So a lot of them just are high up in their work of field, or they open their own businesses. Just like me, that's the best way to afford a car like this. That's one thing I noticed about all of them having in common though. But let me know down in the comments, what was your first luxury car that you've detailed? Or if you have one scheduled and that's why you're watching this video, what type of car is it? Let me know down in the comments below.
What's one thing you should know about luxury car owners?
One thing I noticed is originally when I go to detail their car, they're pretty much just peaceful. They're, all right, here's the keys, here's this. Do you need anything? Nope, I'm all set. They go in the house. It's kind of like they don't care, but trust me, they do. But they trust me. They trust the detailers that they have out. That's why they picked you, because word of mouth goes a long way. But when they come out to take a look at the vehicle, I noticed that they all are, that's when they're real nitpicky-ish a little bit. If they see water dripping, most people, if they see water dripping from their taillights, they don't really mind. They want their no water dripping, everything completely dry, which is understandable. Even though we use spot-free water, they still want to make sure there's no spots dripping on the vehicle, because it still leaves that ugly watermark until you wipe it away. So that's one thing I noticed, is that they're a little bit more nitpicky when they come out to inspect the car. But starting out with the detail, they pretty much know what to expect. They hand you the keys and just let you do your thing. And another thing is, after they do see the work and everything does look good, they do truly appreciate, at least they appreciate me and the work that I've done. And they never fail to let me know that they appreciate it.
Is it true what they say, exotic car owners are cheap? Why or why not do they tip?
I wouldn't say they're necessarily cheap. There are people, what I've noticed is the people with the nicer cars, they usually aren't cheap, but the people with a lot of money, but just normal cars, those are the cheap people. I go up to these $2 million to $1.5 million houses, and they have an average Toyota Highlander or whatever. Those are the cheap people. But when I go to average houses but nicer cars, or nice houses with nice cars, they're usually not, they're not cheap. They offer the good seltzered waters, soda, Gatorade. They offer me all types of stuff, snacks, and they usually do tip about $20. To me, that's a pretty good tip. So for the most part, I haven't had too many cheap, exotic, luxury people.
Do you feel new detailers should focus on just marketing to exotic car owners and posting exotic cars, or mix it up with regular cars? Why or why not?
So I feel like you guys should definitely market to luxury car owners by posting that on your page. on your Instagrams, but post the regular cars too. Post those on your story. If you guys haven't noticed, I've been trying to stay away from disaster details on my story and my page, because I personally don't want to attract that type of audience anymore. I want to attract the exotic luxury car owners. But posting these types of cars do attract normal people and owners of these vehicles, because they see that you're actually working on these types of cars versus just doing normal cars. But I've had a couple of people message me asking me, do I even do normal cars like a Toyota Camry or a Nissan Altima? And of course I do. So I could see how I could steer them away. So that's why I still try to post those on my story, but post these on my actual page. Hopefully you found some usefulness out of this video. If you never detailed an exotic car, make sure you guys hit the comment section. Let me know if it helped you in any sort of way. Hit the like button if it did help you, or if you just enjoyed the content. And if you did, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you could detail like a pro, so they could ride like a boss. Let's